Hello, today I'm going to be going through my level and design choices that I made whilst creating this level. My level is based in the underground section of a castle, which would be generally where food would be stored, where people would live who weren't part of the actual family that lived there, so servants, domesticated household members, that kind of thing. And its current usage is the base of a group of bandits. So the first thing that happens is you would come downstairs that are out here, and they would bring you down into the basement. And you'd come down these stairs here, and the first thing players would probably notice is this cistern. In olden day castles, cisterns were used for the servants to clean clothes, to get fresh water, and in the event of this level, there would be an interactable here to reach down into the water and grab a waterproof bag that has a key that would be needed later. They will then, obviously, if they hadn't already, alert the enemies in this room, so combat would begin. And they would come in here. There are barrels and boxes to keep the player visually entertained. And these two enemies here, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. I've coloured them with this rust colour to show that they shouldn't be too hard. More barrels across here, and there is a secret room there, but I'll go through that later. So upon searching around, the more likely option is that they'd come across this doorway hidden under the staircase. And coming through here, no way to go on the right, so they'd turn left. They might notice this, it would be coloured differently in the game, but it's a trap that they would fall into and probably hurt themselves on some spikes. But they could jump over it and alert the skeletons that are hiding in the little crypt. The premise for the castle was that it belonged to an old elven family, and they kept their dead buried on site in these castles. So the skeletons here were like personal guards, one for each dead member of royalty. And this area here, which would have been storage for materials and different tools, is instead being used as a prison where these fugitives are being held and where these two more rust-coloured enemies are hiding, waiting to hear for a kerfuffle out here. So they will join the fight if it gets too loud. Then, chances are, players will come across here, they'll come to a diverging path and notice a wall here. In here, there would be a tool rack where they can get fresh weapons and ammo, and if they are intuitive, or maybe they have a high enough stat, they would come through this wall here, which is a secret door, and they would come to this area. Now this area does have a big crevasse in the center with a major enemy that can be reasoned with, and this here represents a broken down wall. Now in the actual game this would be textured as rock and debris from the ceiling itself, but obviously that's not textured right now. If they came across either of these bridges, they would have to interact with this enemy here, and either bargain with them through a set dialogue, or fight him if they really want to, but he's very powerful, which is why he's coloured gold. If they chose to come down here, they'd come face to face with another secret doorway that leads them back to the base area. That provides them a quick way back if they need to. Now they can choose to either come down these stairs, come down these stairs, or if they, again, know this area well or have a high enough stat in perception, they would come through here. And I couldn't get this to work, I'll go over that in the lesson, but this would be an elevator that would be interactable and that would take them down. Here is the major boss enemy, so we're going to skip him and go back to the normal staircase. If you come down the stairs, you might turn right or you might turn left, but there are 4 enemies here who will hear you come down the stairs. They will put down their drinks on the table here, maybe grab a crate or two, and they will rush at you and attack you. So you've got to deal with those guys, shoot them up a bit, maybe move over here. And they'll find these 3 bigger enemies that are coloured differently, bullying this poor one. I just thought that if there were going to be a hierarchy, they'd probably end up bullying each other at some point. And 3 life-size beds for these big boys. Those are the stairs going up. So they come through here, and this is supposed to be a workshop, so there'd be like alchemy on these tables. These shelves would have bottles on them, and there'd be all manner of animals and herbs and things on these tables here. and they'd come through here, and again here is the big boss enemy, and that's his bed. This is his bedroom that they've walked into after coming through the workshop. He is magic, he's a wizard, he's the reason everyone is in this area. And if he gets to 25% HP, chances are he would try and run back here if you didn't use this entrance to try and escape. Your job is to chase him. If you came, however, through that way, his immediate reaction would be to run this way, go up these stairs, and then run all the way across here, and this is a long walkway that would eventually take you underground to a forest, and that's where he would run away in that instance. And your objective either way is to kill him before he gets away. And that's the level. That's everything that I planned for. Workshops, a little tavern area that they converted from a storage room, a little bedroom that's also a converted storeroom. All of the different rooms back here are all converted usages of real rooms that would have been here in the event of an actual castle, such as servant sleeping quarters, food storage, tool storage, of course. And the trap is there because the enemies made their base here and they wanted to make it a bit spicy. So yeah, that's my level.